Hello, today I wanted to give you my top 5 tips of how to successfully work from home. I have been trying to refine how to best work from home for over 10 years now, and I am still trying. It is a difficult process. I feel like for most of those 10 years, I compare it to like an F1 car and a rally car. If you think about Lewis Hamilton and how he smoothly takes that car around the circuit, consistently does it, and obviously has great achievements at the end, compared to a rally driver where it's high octane, lots of noise, mental, crazy, but they still get over the finish line, still get rewards, etc. But it's a very different approach. That is how I feel like my career has been. I've gotten there, but sometimes it's been a little bit hectic. With all of that said then, here is point number 1. Now, I know that we're in this lockdown situation. A lot of people are self-isolating. Some are having to work from home. Some are using this as an opportunity to be productive in different ways. All of that really is the same sort of thing. You want to find a space within your home that you can get productive. You need to bunker down. You need to identify that space, that place, and you need to make it the very best place possible in order for you to get what you need to get done. Now, the biggest thing here is limiting distraction. What has that meant for me? Well, first of all, when I lived in a 2-bed flat, my second bedroom became my office. The problem with that was whenever I walked past that bedroom, I was always reminded about the work, and I never got a separation between my work and my social life, my personal life. And that's very important. I eventually got to a time where I created an actual office, the space that I'm in now, away and out from the home. So when I leave one space and enter another, I know that I'm getting down to work. Now, not everyone's as fortunate as that. Not everyone has a spare bedroom. Not everyone has even more than 2 or 3 rooms. But we have to try and make the best of what we've got. So here are a couple of tips. Identify the place that you are going to have the fewest distractions. This is the family home. I have a toddler and a wife. I try to limit the amount of contact that I have during my working hours so that I can be as productive as possible, and I can therefore give better time, more quality time to them when my working day is done. How does that look then? So I have identified a quiet space. That might be the only bedroom that you've got. That might be another room in the house. It might even be the car, although I don't recommend that one. I did, however, used to do that. The van, not the car. The van used to be the place where I would conduct a lot of my interviews during my lunch hour and after work. So it can be done. You shut it off, there are no distractions. Now, from a lot of the reading that I've done over the years, you can really get into some detail here and create the place that allows the muse to come in. I have formulated a workspace here with a workflow which really does lend itself to the kind of work that I do and I want to do. You need to try and do that. This isn't an exercise in feng shui or however you pronounce it, but you need to be mindful of limiting all the distractions so that you can best get down to work. Now, we're experiencing really nice weather at the moment, so perhaps outside is the place with the least amount of distractions. You might need to get an extension lead out there, a power cord, and you can set yourself up. Noise cancelling headphones, Robert's your father's brother. Point number 2, arm yourself. You need all the stuff with which is necessary to perform your job. That might just be a laptop, a pen, a piece of paper. Could be that. If there's anything more, you need it, and obviously you need the real estate in which to lay that out so that you can be productive. Something else which can eat into your time is the amount of time going to the virtual water cooler or back into the home, back downstairs, into the kitchen, refreshing yourself. At the start of the day, take what you need. When I came down here this morning, I had my coffee, my morning water, I had a smoothie, and I had snacks. Everyone needs snacks. And that lasted me till lunchtime. The only thing that I can't get around is the requirement for a toilet break, and you have to do what's necessary there. Now we get into the technicalities of things. You gotta structure your day. If you're not used to working from home and all of the distractions that are around it, plus this whole lockdown thing with a lot of fear right now, a lot of unknown, you've got to structure the day. And in that structure of the day, you've got to keep it healthy as well, right? We have to have We have to get close to balance. You can never truly have balance. It doesn't exist. It is always going to need a little bit of recalibration. So think about exercise, breaks, lunch, family, or personal time. All very, very important. So that's why this kind of conversation is necessary, because when you're working from home, you can get carried away and just do like a 15-hour day, and you've given no other time for yourself. You end up with a bit of burnout and being resentful for this whole process of working from home, which can be quite nice. Look at how I'm dressed and I'm at work. So I structure very much in the morning, then I'll have some exercise perhaps, lunch, get back to work, and then that leaves the evening time for the family, friends, the kind of digital socializing perhaps that we're doing right now. Quizzes, that's what we're doing. Quizzes and Zoom. Leave time for that in the evenings. Beware of lists. Lists can be as bad as meetings about meetings. You can do a lockdown list, a list for the home, a personal life list, a work list. That list leads into another list, and on and on and on. And all of a sudden you've got more lists than you've got pieces of paper, and you're all over the place. You need to narrow it down. You need to have one thing. What is it you're looking to achieve? That really should be a long-term thing, which is then scaled down to what you need to achieve daily, weekly, monthly, in order to get to the overall overarching goal of what it is you're trying to achieve. But you've got to drill that down. And the last thing I'm going to talk about here is getting everyone else on board, unless of course you live by yourself. But even then, I think you need to let people know that you are going to be online working between such and such hours, and you're not therefore contactable. Because of course, again, these are crazy times. Everyone thinks that all of a sudden you're just free and available at all hours of the day because we're just sitting here waiting, right? Well, not necessarily. So if you do live with other people, just let them know this is the plan. This is what you're looking to do. You are looking to implement a structure and you don't want to be disturbed. This is your time to be productive, and that will bleed in positive ways to the rest of your life. My family, for example, okay, my toddler doesn't understand, but my wife does. She's not going to be knocking on the door here asking me to go and do some menial task, because it can wait. Because what's important is getting the work done. You got to get the work. Okay, that's my 5 tips for working from home. I know it's short. There's plenty more to this. There are books and books written on this kind of stuff. I haven't gotten into the productivity side. I would say if you are interested in this, there are far more clever people and successful ones than I would look at the work of Seth Godin, 4-Hour Workweek, Tim Ferriss, The War of Art, which is Stephen Pressfield, and The One Thing by Gary Keller, maybe? I think that's the one. There's some really good books, plenty more out there. Actually, if there's any that you can suggest to me, I'm all ears. All right, I hope you're well out there. Continue to be safe and healthy. I'll catch you soon.